What's going on, NBA fans? Now, if you didn't know, the Golden State Warriors blew a 24-point lead yesterday. Despite Steph Curry having 40 points, they still lost the game. And immediately, the only thing I've been hearing right now, Kevin Durant. Let me just tell you something right now. You can't blame this young man for everything that goes wrong. I understand that he left the OKC team that was one playoff game away from going to the big game, but you cannot blame this man for every loss. Okay, he called for the ball late in the game. I understand. Listen, great players are going to make mistakes. They're going to miss shots. But I don't think it's fair that you can just put all the blame on KD. Now, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, they're not doing that. It's just the way that the media is showing it out and stuff like that. I'm just trying to tell you, look, did it bother me that Kevin Durant went to Golden State to go with a stacked team with, two of the most prolific shooters in Klay Thompson and Steph Curry that the NBA has ever seen? Yes, it bothered me, but that's that man's life. That's the choice that he made. Why is everybody going to be so crazy about him specifically? Other people miss shots also. It wasn't just Kevin Durant. Did he miss a critical shot? Yes, but they were leading by 19 going into the fourth. How can you possibly justify being upset with all I see is all these KD memes, KD that. You see, this is what the problem is. The Golden State Warriors are not beating LeBron James anyway. It doesn't really matter. Like, listen, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from the Golden State Warriors, all that stuff like that, but LeBron James is about to get into somebody because, look, listen, we have to be honest about this. It's not guaranteed that the Golden State Warriors even come out of the West. I would probably, if I'm a betting man, I'm betting that, the Cavs do. You know what I'm saying? So we know the Cavs are going. It's not guaranteed. And when Kevin Durant was signed, I said to myself, there's still the Spurs there. The Grizzlies are a gritty team. Are they going to do this in the playoffs? Probably not. I don't think that if the Warriors are healthy, I'm just being logical. I don't think that any team is going to beat them in the West for them to come out because they have some prolific scorers. They have, Draymond Green is a douchebag, but he plays very well when he's not kicking somebody in the nuts. And, of course, we got Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Listen, these type of games are going to happen because, remember, when you're playing with the lead, it's natural to relax a little bit. I played sports, so I know when you're up, you start to cruise. You go to cruise control. And I think the Warriors kind of toned it down too early, and the Grizzlies are not going to stop playing. And that's what I think really, really happened. Now, Draymond Green and Kevin Durant had to be separated in the locker room. I don't know why, because, listen, I don't know why they were separated. They should have let, Draymond Green just beat the hell out of KD because there's no way KD is getting any wins on that boy. KD got like toothpick arms. That dude, Draymond Green, he'll just stuff him in a locker like he's in high school. But they were allegedly separated after the game. And this is a problem. Let me tell you why this is a problem. I don't really want to justify the fact that Kevin Durant is not really a fighter. Kevin Durant is a finesse player. So if your teammate is trying to get into you like that, that's not going to sit well with you going forward within within the rest of the season. I don't think that Draymond Green should have done that. That's my opinion. I really don't think that he should have done that because now that creates animosity that's going to remain in KD's heart. Remember, KD is the kind of individual that will hold on to something, go speak to somebody else about getting rid of somebody else. He's not the kind of guy that takes on a problem face to face. I'm just going by based on the things that he's done. I don't think he wants to leave the Golden State Warriors because of this one incident, but I'm telling you this right now, he probably wouldn't care if Draymond Green was removed from the team. And if you're a GM, who are you going to invest in? A guy that in the offseason is fighting people because they say the team sucks and doing all kind of craziness, grabbing people, doing stuff. He's doing Draymondzilla. He's trying to do porn. Look, Draymond Green comes with a lot of baggage. So if you're the GM and somebody's asked me that, who would you rather have if you had to get rid of somebody and make them a big three instead of a big four? I would honestly get rid of Draymond Green. And I know people are saying, yeah, bro, he's the heart and soul of the team. I understand that. I vividly understand what you guys are saying when it comes to that. I totally agree that you have to have a guy with a lot of energy and a guy that comes out and does stuff to keep the team going. But you can't have this. You see, when you have this right now, KD is very delicate right now because he left a team that was very close to going to the NBA Finals, right? So now, when things get rough and this is the reaction, this is not what KD is looking for. If you guys could look at KD's face and see he's not trying to be arguing with Draymond Green and fighting. Look, if Draymond Green is a real leader, you go to him and you tell him like a man, look, bro, Steph Curry's the guy. We can't give you the ball at that time. We got to try to, figure out how to play together, stuff like that. You can't be, allegedly getting separated, inside a locker room. You can't do that, because that to me, it's going to make KD, he's going to be very, very uncomfortable with what goes on in the future. And that's not what the Golden State Warriors fans should want to see. Draymond Green really needs to tone it down, because if he doesn't tone it down, it's not going to end well for the Warriors later when they really need KD. Remember, if Draymond Green was so raw, why did they trade for KD? You know what I'm saying? Draymond Green can shoot threes. He's a very good defender. He does a lot of great things on the court, but he will kick somebody in the nuts. And that's the problem. The guy is off the hinges. And based on everything, and there's several sources that have said it, he was very aggressive. And there's a way to go about it. Like, you could yell at somebody during the game. You could do a lot of things like that. Say certain things, be animated on the actual sideline when you guys are actually playing the game. But when you're in the locker room, and I know people are going to say, yeah, bro, but, teammates fight. All that stuff is understandable. But you cannot do something like that with a player like KD that's newly traded. Look, he wants to be welcomed in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's new to the gang. He wants to feel like he's part of it. If this guy is doing things like this, it's not going to sit well eventually for him. Durant is going to hold a grudge. Remember, this dude right here, Russell Westbrook, right? Russell Westbrook is a very difficult person to play with. And we knew that when he was on OKC. We knew that. Just watching them play together, the dude would do whatever he wanted. Russell Westbrook, he would just be throwing up shots. Didn't matter, throwing up like 40, whatever he was doing. And KD held it in for all that time until he could actually do what he did now and leave and come to the Golden State Warriors. So now that he's there, I think that they have to more push to keeping him as far as longevity more than Draymond Green. And I want to hear from Golden State fans what you guys think. It doesn't make any sense. It's a certain way that you lead, and you can't lead grown men by acting like that. And this dude, I know he was mad, because if you're a Golden State fan, you probably want Klay Thompson or Steph Curry taking that shot late in the game. But Durant is trying to come into his own. And I think that if the shot goes in, obviously none of this goes on, and they probably beat the Grizzlies. But because they lost, it's like, yeah, Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant. How is it all Kevin Durant's fault when 5 people are on the court every time? The guy, he missed a couple shots. That's not an excuse. If you're winning by 24 and you're up 19 heading into the fourth, if you go to cruise control against a team like the Grizzlies, who outright hate the Golden State Warriors, you can't just look at Durant. You got to look at coaching. You got to look at the substitutions. You got to look at the way that they played it down in the stretch, because it's very hard. It sounds weird, but it's very hard to win a game when you're up early. And then you continually cruise, and then you're still up, and it's like, all right, we just got to finish this game out. We got another 12 minutes. We got to finish it out. It's very hard because you're not going to, it just depends. You're not going to play as hard because like, you're probably thinking to yourself, this team is garbage. It's not something where you're like, all right, I got to make this shot. I got to do this. I got to do that. And we've seen it several times in the NBA, in the NFL, in different sports, where people are winning by a lot of points, and it's a comeback. And it's because you get lackadaisical at some point. So the Golden State Warriors, this can happen right now. I'm not nervous about them going further. It's just the fact that it's the chemistry. And that's what I worried about when he was traded there. It's all about team chemistry. You can't have this going on where one player is so aggressive towards a player that, he's not receptive to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that to him because he's delicate right now. He's like, he's looking to find some comfort in where he's at. So if you do that to him, I just don't think it's going to play out well. I'm going to go on record saying that somewhere down the line, KD is going to screw somebody over with the Warriors if they continue to let Draymond Green do what he does. They're going to have to either get rid of Draymond Green, because I don't think talking to Draymond Green is going to do anything, because he was still kicking people in the nuts after he was suspended several times. I don't think that that's going to do anything. Draymond Green is who Draymond Green is. He's a motivator. He's a tough player. He's a great individual to have on your team, but I don't think he's a good teammate. Because his actions affect everything that goes on within the team. And I'm just here to say, I don't know if you can just outright blame Kevin Durant. And that's what everything is going to be about, blaming Kevin Durant. I just don't know if that's something that's logically fair to do. And I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think? If you watch the game and you know what I know, you can see that it's not all Kevin Durant's fault. And I don't know if this dude, Draymond Green, should be allowed to get away with this as far as what the team is supposed to be doing later in the season. Let me know, Golden State Warrior fans, NBA fans, let me know what you're thinking about this. One love.